From the News Channel 5 network, this is Pharmacist on Call.
Good evening, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, those of you as far west as Jackson, Tennessee, Dyersburg, and those of you as far east as McMinnville. This is Dr. Sean Pruitt, your community pharmacist, and welcome to Pharmacist on Call. Everyone, here we are at our May show. So it looks like we've jumped into spring, even though our weather keeps playing games with us. For those of you who are watching us for the first time, this is your 1 hour episode. So your 1 hour opportunity to call in with those questions and those comments. This is a service to you provided by Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy, provided by the Kangen Water Store of Nashville. Because we understand that your doctors are busy and your pharmacists are busy and they don't necessarily have the time that you need to address all of your health concerns. But for this 1 hour, I do. So call in with those health questions and those concerns. Rule number one, housekeeping. There are no stupid questions. So chances are, and this has always been the case, that burning question that you had and you thought was kind of silly and mundane, it may actually bless someone else, because with 600,000 people watching the show, I'm sure at least 2 of you have the same question in mind. I wanted to get into some shout outs real quick. I wanted to do a happy belated shout out to my youngest child, my daughter, Jamise Sean Pruitt, who turned 4 on April 26th. So I want to send a happy birthday to her, happy belated birthday to her. She's something else. She has the collective spirits of my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, and my late brother, Jeremy. So it's all 4 of those personalities in one child. So it's been an adventure with her. I also want to wish a happy early birthday to my big sister, Kimberly Pruitt Thomas, who is over at Meharry. So I'm not going to give her age. She might be a little upset with me. So happy birthday, Kim, and happy Mother's Day to you. And speaking of, we're up on the cusp of Mother's Day. So certainly want to wish all of you mothers out there happy Mother's Day. I wanted to get into some condolences as well. Guy I grew up with, and some of you probably watching the Haynes Manor family, want to say goodbye to T. Holder, whom I believe his services was today. So he was preceded in passing by his sister Lisa, who was a classmate of mine actually, and an older brother Carl. So praying for the Holder family at this point. Hey, it's May 4th. You know what tomorrow is. It's Cinco de Mayo. So you know me, I like to educate on health and other stuff as well. So we wanted to kind of talk about what Cinco de Mayo is about. I know that everyone thinks that it is Mexican independence, and it is not. I believe that the celebration started from a battle that took place in Mexico. It's a small town called Puebla in Mexico, and I think they were fighting the French or the British soldiers, but at either rate they won that battle but still lost the war, but they had a strong standing in the city of Puebla. So that is what Cinco de Mayo is about. So please, do not offend your Latin American friends by saying Happy Independence Day. Also, I wanted to, I guess the talk of the day is the passage of the healthcare legislation in the House regarding the repeal of Obamacare. And so while, information is still going out, I just wanted to kind of talk about the little bit that I know. And if there are some of you who are good students out there on what's going on with the healthcare bill, feel free to call in and voice what you know or your concerns with Obamacare or with Trump care, as it were. So from my understanding, it passed in the House with majority Republican vote. I think a few Republicans voting against and maybe some abstaining, but no Democratic support. And it looks like the 2 key provisions that this legislation is going to replace is, well, hey, guess what? We've got a call on one. We're going to get back to that, though, because the show is about you. So we're going to hear your calls. Stan, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
This is Stan. You talk to me, doctor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing? How may we help you?
It's kind of quick, so I won't keep you, but I really like to respect your opinion.
Yes, sir.
But my potassium, I had to go to the doctor, my potassium, hospital, my potassium was low.
Yes, sir.
So they, built it back up some. They gave me some pills to take when I got home for 15 days.
Okay.
And then I went to see my doctor 2 days after that.
Yes, sir.
And he said, don't take those pills, just drink some Gatorade, and that'll help bring your potassium back up.
Okay.
But he never told me how much.
Okay.
Gatorade, I'm sorry, doctor. I might not sound making much sense.
Yeah. You diabetic?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay. How big of a guy are you?
I'm sorry, sir?
How big, how much do you weigh?
About 170, 171.
I think one of those 32 ounces would get it, but you may want to take the pill because it is a measured amount of potassium. I'm not sure about the Gatorade, especially with all the high fructose corn syrup in it. If that'd be a good option. I think the tablets would be a better option for you.
Well, when I'll be, like I said, I'll be as brief as can. I won't hang you on the phone, but they gave me 4 of those little plastic things, potassium emergency room.
Yes, sir.
And 2, plastic bags of liquid, I guess to build my whatever back up.
Your potassium, okay.
But like I said, and I don't want to confuse you with the doctor and the doctor with you, I will see her 22nd of this month.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I'm using my brother's pharmacist. They usually know a little more than doctors. But like I said, she said, I wouldn't take those pills. Just hang off on those pills unless you feel like you need to take one. How would you know if you need to take one?
You'll start cramping, so that's the measure. The way we'll measure whether or not your potassium is low subjectively based on what you tell us. You also may feel a little weak as well. And that's what most patients complain about. So the leg cramps, especially at night, or you may experience some weakness.
Well, actually, I don't have leg cramps, and like I said, I won't keep you. I apologize.
No, this is your show.
But they were weak at first when I went to the hospital for 4 days one time before that.
Yes, sir.
And my legs were real weak, and I didn't eat. I had a lot of diarrhea. And now the diarrhea don't have anymore.
Okay.
And and I've got a little more strength back in my thighs.
Uh-huh.
And but anyways,
was this just a one-time deal with the low potassium?
no, I went a couple months or so ago, and when my doctor called me and said, get to the emergency room. And I got there, and they kept me for, give me plenty of potassium and fluids and whatever, and got it back up.
Okay.
And come find out, they told me what caused it was the diarrhea.
Exactly. That's right.
And I know that you know, because pharmacists know more than doctors. That's not a cut on doctors at all.
I didn't say it.
And but you know what I'm saying. It
Yes,
gets
sir.
you confused when they say, don't take the pills unless you feel like you have to, but never explain to me what I need to look for if I have to take a pill. They just drink you some Gatorade and never told me how much. I drank a quart a day.
Yeah, you could do, actually a glass of orange juice is pretty high in potassium as well. So you could do that, or you could do the tablets. As a general rule, just because it's going to be hot, even though it's back and forth, when you sweat, you also lose a lot of potassium, and so you'll want to replace it. So yeah, maybe a little Gatorade here and there, half of one of those 32 ounces, or like I said, the pill, since you know how much you're getting at one time, maybe even better.
Well, may I ask one more thing, then I get off the phone?
Yes, sir.
Someone else is waiting.
Sure, go ahead.
You as a pharmacist, if things feel better, which they do, and I have to watch my food I eat and stuff like that, but and I don't drink and I don't smoke and none of that stuff, but how can I tell? I know you try to explain it to me, but I must have missed it. How can I tell if I need to take one of those pills? That's basically what she was telling me.
You will feel like you felt right after that diarrhea. And so this is not something that you need to take every day, but if you start to feeling weak and your legs start to bother you again, you start feeling that cramping, then it's time to start taking some potassium because you're getting low.
Okay, so is it your opinion that if I don't have to take the pills until I see her again and give her an idea, about the Gatorade, what would you recommend? I can't drink orange juice, so it gives me heartburn bad. Gatorade don't. My
opinion is don't do either until you need it. So I would agree with your doctor, in that vein.
Well, I know that the Gatorade, I can taste that potassium in it.
Mm-hmm.
God, you know you can taste that stuff.
Yeah, with the sodium and all the other stuff that's in it as well.
Yeah, so would you say, and I'm sorry, but I'll ask this last question. Would you say don't drink the whole quart of Gatorade a day?
No, sir. No, and I don't even think you need it, since we know what the cause was. You're not a person who is chronically dealing with hypokalemia, which is low potassium. This was an event caused by diarrhea, which you're no longer having. So
Right.
I think your potassium levels have normalized.
Yeah, I'm a little more constipated than I am with diarrhea. I hadn't had diarrhea since I got out of the hospital.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and do the Gatorade, because it'll hydrate you. But water, primarily water. And we're going to get on water a little later in the show.
Okay, I'll be listening to you, and thank you very much, Doctor. By the way, I have seen you over the years. I really was impressed with you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You have a wonderful day, sir.
Yes, sir, you too.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. All right, everyone, looks like we're up on a break, so stay right there. We'll be right back.